Hello and welcome to Talk with Bella. It's been a while. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, click on the red button down there to subscribe and also click on the bell next to it so that every time I upload a video, you get a notification. So, I decided that I'm going to start a series of videos on basic life principles, and I'll just be making short videos or long videos depending on what I'm talking about. And I hope that we'll be able to learn something from each other, because I'm not saying something new, it's just my voice telling you something that you may need to hear, that you have heard before and maybe just ignored it or haven't been practicing it. I want to start with something very simple. It's on three things that you just need to stop doing if you're doing them, or if you're thinking of doing them, please don't. We need to stop criticizing, stop condemning, and stop complaining. Those are three things that you just need to stop doing. Criticizing people is seeing the flaws and faults in other people and telling it to them in a disapproving way. Like you see someone doing something that in your mind you think is wrong, because all of us have the idea of what's wrong and right, and you tell it to them in a way to make them feel bad about themselves. Or you see someone not dressed in a way that you like and you want to make them feel bad about themselves. It's always saying bad things about other people. You're always criticizing, always telling people off, always making someone feel bad about themselves, and that's just not cool. Most people who have this problem of criticizing people are either people who have grown up in a home where they used to be criticized as kids, or say in an environment where their peers used to criticize them, and now they just develop this behavior of wanting to criticize people before people criticize them, always wanting to see the faults in other people before people see the faults in them. Well, that's your protective mechanism to make sure people don't talk bad about you or talk bad to you. But then it's not cool to other people. You can't just go around telling people what's wrong with them, what's wrong with you. Is it okay for people to tell you what's wrong with you and tell it to you in a way that makes you feel bad about yourself? It's obviously not good. So please stop criticizing people. Criticizing people is also pretty much judging them. Like, someone is always wrong. They're always wrong. They're always not good enough. They're always not doing what is good. It's always you seeing what's wrong with other people. But who's seeing what's wrong with you? Do you ever think about that? As you criticize people, I would like to tell you something that you need to do before you start criticizing people. The moment the idea of criticizing someone comes into your mind, pause and tell yourself, I'm perfect. Too perfect. Okay, now let me tell them what's wrong with them. If you can comfortably tell yourself that, then well, go ahead and keep criticizing people. But if you can't, of which I'm sure so many of us, actually, no, not all of us can't do that. So just stop criticizing people. It's hurtful to others and it's hurtful to you too, because it's not healthy. Because every time you project what's bad about other people, you're simply projecting what's bad about you. Okay, the second thing was that you stop condemning. Condemning is passing judgment on people, like you sentence someone to something. And I have to say, as a parent, we are the biggest condemners. You are always looking at someone and your child, they make a mistake and you're like, oh, you're too slow, you'll never end up to anything. And the other people who are such good condemners, as Christians, we're so good at that. Having been given all the ideas of what we should and should not do, and then you see someone doing it and immediately you're like, they're going to hell. Who told you that? We can't live our lives condemning people, because who's condemning us? In the Bible, even Paul says he does not even have the power to condemn himself. So we don't have the power to condemn ourselves. And even Jesus does not condemn us. The day he'll condemn us will be on the last day. That's the day he'll pass judgment. Right now, he's advocating for us. So why are you living your life condemning other people? What is so good about you that you can comfortably just go and say, this one is too bad, she can go to hell. This one is too good, this is her. This is how her life will be. Do you know people's future? Stop condemning people. Just stop. It's so hurtful how much we judge each other, because when you condemn, when you criticize, you're simply judging people, and it's very hurtful to the other person because you're always making someone feel bad about themselves. And this world, it's all about being kind and loving to others, and when you condemn and criticize, you're not being kind and loving. Do you see how much, I'm sorry to say, but so many of our parents, they see a guy with dreadlocks and immediately in their heads they're like, "Wewe ni wabangi." Why is it like that? Do we really know people that well that we can simply say stuff about them? You see someone dressed up in a very short dress and you're like, "That's a prostitute." That one is out to just get men's attention. You see someone doing something that in your head or in the values and ideas that have been instilled in you isn't right, and you already know what their fate is. You're not God, you're not nature. Just stop. You're hurting yourself for no reason. Just try and be kind to people. You see someone doing something you disapprove, go and tell them in a way that will be helpful to them, in a way that will make them actually want to change. I like saying this. Before Paul came, with everything he has told us of what we shouldn't do, Jesus came first. And the message that Jesus spread was love. So you want someone to change, you want someone to be better. Show them love first before you start giving them a message of who they should be or what they should do or not do. Lastly, stop complaining. Just stop complaining. Have you ever been around someone who nothing is ever good to them? "Oh, you have a pretty dress." "I know, but this color, I don't know if it suits me." "Oh, the sun is out. It's going to be a beautiful day." But then it's going to be hot. Come on. Is there nothing good that happens in your life? Stop complaining. And to stop complaining is simply learning to be grateful, learning to be content. Look at the things around you. Find something good around in your life, because complainers, mostly it's just that we refuse to see good things in our life. It's always, this is bad, this is not working, this is not good, and you start thinking of yourself as unlucky. You're not unlucky. You're just a little ungrateful, maybe a little much ungrateful. So try and change that. Learn to be grateful for the little things. The sun is out, say thank you. You have seen a new day, say thank you. Stop thinking of how you're going to get through the day and complaining of how much you're always broke and all that stuff. Honestly, people are going through so much more than you are going through. So just try and find something to be grateful for. And that way you can inspire someone else to actually find something good in their lives. Stop complaining every time and learn to be grateful. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to tell you today. Stop criticizing people, stop condemning them, and just stop complaining. Try and live your life showing love and kindness to people and being grateful for everything that you have and the things that you're even yet to get. Just hope for them and be grateful. Be blessed, and please subscribe. Bye.